This is a Performax 3¼ inch planer available at Menards. This thing goes for just over $40, so it's the most affordable powered planer you can buy. Let's see if it's a piece of junk or if it's good value. Project I'm currently working on that needs this planer is this live edge board here. I glued 3 boards together. This is solid cherry that I Alaskan milled myself out of a tree I felled on my property. I've been using this hand plane for some other projects. I've not taken one on with this amount of surface area, and it's just taking too long to do this by hand. You could get the job done, but normally I have one piece where I've glued these 3 together. I do not have a jointer or a planer. So these didn't glue up perfectly, they're not perfectly level. But then I'm turning this into a desk, and I want to have a nice flat surface to write on and things like that. And the hand plane works good on a single board, but when you've got these 3 together, it's just a little bit too much and it's taking too long. So we're gonna see what a powered hand planer can do for us. Now, I should have bought this earlier to prepare these edges. I just circular saw cut them and then touched them up with the hand plane. I think this would have worked very well to clean those up, and I would have even gotten a better glue joint and a flatter surface when clamping them up. So I do have some more ideas for my Alaskan milled lumber, and I'll definitely keep that in mind in the future. We've got a side gauge for that, and I believe that the idea of this for doing these corners to keep a squareness between the face here and the corner. So that would help on those glue joints. I am always amazed at what we can purchase for about $40. This is obviously made in China. It's a lower end tool. This is not something I use a lot. I'm not a furniture maker, so I thought we might be okay in that instance. This isn't helical, of course, but we've got our drum here with our blades. They're all pre-installed. That seems pretty slick, not chintzy, a nice detents in the different settings. Wonder if it has enough power to take that healthy of a cut, but we'll see. And that should be changing the level of our drum there. So we can see as we go deeper, it basically is raising and lowering this drum in comparison to our bed plates. And our bed plates look pretty good. Also comes with a material collection bag at which you can go right or left side. That's kind of cool. Has this little switch here to toggle a damper in there to shoot the debris out one side or the other. You can also obviously hook your dust collection system up to this. Oh no, this thing looks pretty promising. Let's give it a rip. Put this aside. So I moved outside to take a test run of the hand planer. I'm gonna start with a low cut and then kind of work my way up, see how this thing does. See if for 40 bucks it can save me a lot of time. If it can, I should have bought it a lot earlier, but lesson learned, we'll see. I moved outside to keep the mess outside, and it just so happens to be a nice, pretty warm, sunny day. So let's see if we can knock this thing out. So far so good. It's got plenty of power, it's smooth, the bed is nice. I'll put a square on this and see how we end up, how good we end up in flat. Obviously that has a lot to do with me and my technique. This is my first time using a powered planer. The block planing can kind of go willy-nilly and it's not taking too much off. This, if you screw up a little bit, it's kind of significant actually. You can do some damage. Thankfully I've got plenty of thickness to work with here, so I'll get the hang of it. Kind of going diagonally, you can see I'm still low on the center spot, but I'm going to keep going on it and see how we do. I took the bag off since I'm outside. Fills up pretty darn quick. I'll just blow it around on here, it doesn't matter, but inside that probably be a nice touch. Well, that takes a little bit of skill and a little getting used to. It's not just like feeding this thing into a big planer where it does it all on its own. You're taking these little cuts, so it's not perfect, I don't think. Let's get a straight edge on here. Yeah, I'm a little bit high in the middle. Pretty darn good there. A little high in the middle. That's pretty darn good there. Not awesome there. I'm a little low here. But not bad overall. I mean, for what it is, I'm gonna call this side good. I'm gonna sand it to get these other things out. Maybe I'll take the block plane and just clean it up a little bit. That allows you to fine tune it pretty good. Why don't I get that and see what I can do? Don't get rid of your block plane, you're still gonna need it to fine tune. Just got done with our Performax powered hand planer. Did a really good job, took off a lot of material, way more than I'd be able to do with the hand plane, as you can see by the shavings all around, so saved me quite a bit of time there. Then I just came back with the hand block and kind of fine tuned things a little bit. It's not going to be perfect, like you're feeding this thing full of full bed planer to get everything at once. That's the ideal. I don't have that equipment. Obviously, that's pretty specialty when you're talking about this size of things. So this can make it work, and then you can wrap the cord up, put this thing on your shelf, and it doesn't take up a lot of room. So I think this thing is a winner. I'm sure there's better ones out there, but this ran for about an hour straight, not a hiccup. Plenty of power. The depth control seemed quite good. Good machine, good heft to it. Yeah, I'd say you can't go wrong with that. If you're a professional, you might want to pay more for it, but it didn't die. Thing's still going. Ran well. Good to go. And replacement blades are obviously available at Menards, so that's always nice. If you order something on Amazon, things like that, you could get blades on there. Maybe you never know if they're going to go away. Menards does do a good job of keeping spare blades and knives for this type of stuff that they sell, so you've always got that option. If you found this helpful at all, please consider liking the video, subscribing to my channel. Thanks for watching. Adios.